Hey, hi, fellow old farts. Hold on a second here. I'm waiting for my sound to catch up here, and so I can knock out our echo. Uh, Today is really a special day for me. I I'm such a the yeah. Uh, There we go. Okay, yeah. Again, it's a special day for me. I'm such a fan of great drone videos. It's what we got me, obviously addicted to drones, like all the rest of us. I truly enjoy watching, all over the world, and you know, one of the byproducts of creating this group Old Farts with Drones, which, as I always say, was totally an accident. Thought I was just making something funny for a half a dozen guys to talk back and forth, and today we're near 27,000 people. But anyway, I just truly enjoy seeing videos from everywhere, all over the world. And the group grew so fast all over the place that I just, it was amazing. And I think that's one of the values of our group is that we don't just have members in the United States or in Australia, but truly all over the world. And today, I have a friend that in the UK, most of you know him as Qwackers, breaking the English rules of U be after a Q, but the Qwackers is Mark Degg, and he is truly an artist. I want to just tease you first before I bring Mark in. Okay, take a look at this.
But the truth has not been told. There's every corner of these woods and town. I can't see in the dark. Where are you? Where are you?
So, without further ado, Mark Qwackers. I guess probably our first question is, why Qwackers?
Okay, so good evening, everybody, and good evening, Bob. Thanks for that fantastic introduction. So that's nice to start with. Anyway, why Qwackers? So when I first started, I just got my R3 and I went to a place called Lathkildale, and made the flight, all finished, and landed the drone. And the photograph you see behind me, get out of the way, that one. Yes. Is what happened when I landed the drone. And I just thought the whole thing was just cute. And you'll see that on the end of all my videos. And it's not the best focus and it's not the best, but it just worked nicely. And I thought, what can I call my channel? Those ducks are good. Call it Qwackers. But I didn't want to spell it Q-U I just wanted to be slightly different because there were lots of Qwackers on YouTube already with the QU, so just slightly different. But those two ducks are the reason that my channel is called Qwackers.
Okay, cool.
And it's stuck, and it's stuck now. And as you probably know, Jackie, you all know Jackie.
Yes.
She told me that she'd unfriend me if I ever got rid of my ducks.
Well, she made sure that I would say quack quack to you today. Okay.
And she does every time I'm on Drone Seekers International, or even if she's on a Drone Show Live, which is on at the same time, always quack quack quack.
She made a special point at writing me a message last night.
Yeah.
So tell us about you. I guess that's we're very informal here on our show, but we like we know that this community is international. It's not just and in fact, I believe that the drone community may thrive in the future more outside of the United States than inside the United States, as you know. So tell us about you. We want to know, where are you from? Where are you living now? And tell us some of your history, if you don't mind.
Okay, so I'm born and bred in Stoke-on-Trent, right in the heart of England. A lot of people know it as the Potteries. A lot of people in the States will know the name Wedgwood. Stoke-on-Trent is where Wedgwood were made, and still is made. So it's called, the area is called the Potteries. You'll see a lot of videos in my channel about the historic bottle ovens and things like that. But that's where. So I've lived here all my life, and I'm a youthful looking 61. Oh. I hope I'm youthful looking 61. And my background, I'm an engineer, and I'm actually the engineering director of the company I work for, and we develop energy from waste solutions. So power stations from household waste and industrial waste. So that's quite an interesting sphere. I've been in it 17 years now.
Turning garbage into energy.
Yep.
Amazing.
It's a really interesting sector.
Yes.
So there's been involved in. There's a video on my channel of one of the energy from waste stations that we've been involved in. I flew that last year. I've got another one to do, but it's an interesting place to be, and I've been involved in many hundreds of £1 million projects.
Wow!
So it's quite exciting. Yeah.
Cool. How cool. So, have you had a photography background at all?
Yeah. So even way back in 1981, I had a photograph in the Nikon calendar. So I've always taken photographs. So I've always had a photographic eye. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll often see I just post photographs. But now the only cameras I have are my iPhone or my drone.
Yeah.
Drones. So, but it's just that photographic eye. And up until August 2 years ago, not even quite 2 years ago, I'd never made a video.
Okay. So you're a new video editor.
Yep. That's not strictly true. I made some really rubbish stuff when I was younger, but until I got the drone, I never learned how to make a video. So everything you see is 18 months, 20 months worth of
amazing
education.
Yes. Beautiful stuff too. I have been just truly impressed. So Let's pull up another video of yours, Mark, and if you'd like to narrate along with this, I'd like that, so that we can kind of have an idea of where you are and where this was shot, and give us some of the background, and let me get my fingers operating correctly here to get stuff up in front of us here. I have all of your videos. I've downloaded your videos so that they were, a little smoother playing on the stream here. So you'll see in a moment here. Early morning in the Peaks.
Okay.
Tell us a little about this
So,
before we go.
This is in the Peak District, which is probably 30 miles away from home. I'm just trying to remember which video this one is, but it's probably in the Roaches, or is it? Now you've got me. I'm trying to remember which one it is.
Early morning in the Peak.
Oh, this is a very recent one. Yeah. So this is on the way to a place called Hartington, and we just happened to see this stunning vista with those layers and layers of hills in the mist. Peak District's it can be quite barren, or it can be beautiful, and many a time it's beautiful.
Huh.
That shot's actually a still that I've actually manipulated to move with the Ken Burns effect. It's a beautiful piece of the countryside.
Yeah. And your music is usually Epidemic, I noticed. Is that right?
Yeah. I've got a subscription to Epidemic. So that location where that road is, just to the side, is an army firing range, and you have to make sure you don't go into that. You don't stray into that area.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah, where I live,
they don't play it very often.
yeah, I live in Nevada. We have a lot of military operation area here in Nevada. This is where they test out airplanes they don't want anybody to know about.
Yep. But it was a beautiful day out. So a lot of what I film, my dad's just turned 80. And one of the things that we do on a Saturday morning is just get in the car and go out. It gets him out of the house. And I get to spend time with him. And we go and just find nice locations. He gets his camera out, takes some photographs. I get the drone out. Sometimes we plan, and sometimes we just go out and see what's there. Yeah. And this was a day where we just said, let's go up this road. We've never been up that road before.
Never been on this road,
and see where it takes us.
Yes. Now, do you know what that white structure is?
Yeah, that's called a trig point. So the mapping system pretty much across the world was invented by the Ordnance Survey Department in England. You know, we and on the top of there is a circular frame with slots in it, and you put a device on to measure the terrain from. So if you've got 3 of those, you can see, you can actually create a map from the bits. So this is way before we had sat-navs or satellite imaging and range finding. It was the whole way doing it.
Beautiful.
It's actually called a trig point because you need 3 of them to make a map.
Coordinate, transfigure, you know. I'm just the peacefulness and the beautiful greenery here is just so opposite of my homeland. I'm in the Mojave Desert here. Oh,
and there's my ducks.
there's the ducks. There's the namesake of the channel.
What you can't see just out of that shot is the orange landing pad. Which I tend not to use very often now. I just hand catch. If it's grassy, I'll just hand catch.
I've gotten used to catching. Most of the time I have an Air 2S and I have a Mini 3 Pro, and most of the time I'm hand catching those. And of course, I also have a Neo that I'm hand catching all the time. Of course,
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, good. So the learning curve of editing video, I'm fascinated since, I've been doing it since really seriously for about the last 25 years. And, I got Final Cut Express, which was like a cut down after iMovie. I started in iMovie, and when iMovie came out, and then I went to Final Cut Express, and then went to Final Cut version 3, and now it's on 11. So that's kind of been, I gravitate back to there. What video editing do you use?
So I use DaVinci Resolve, the Studio Edition, and this might sound strange. I'm actually on the Apple Seed program, which is a invite-only thing with Apple. So I'm in a closed pre-release community, and you'd think I'd use Final Cut Pro, and I did. And then they decided it was going to be a subscription model. And I thought, that's bloody expensive. So I looked at DaVinci Resolve because everybody said DaVinci Resolve's free. And I thought, okay, that's good.
That's good.
And watched a load of videos, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. And I stumped up the cash for a license and speed editor, so that I could, the speed editor makes such a massive difference to the speed that I can edit a video now. It really is exceptional. So it's a little device with a jog wheel and a load of dedicated buttons on it. It's superb. So cutting a video up and putting it into a timeline is extremely fast. And then cutting to specific points. The latest thing that they've just brought out in the release that's on beta is add beats to your soundtracks, so you can now edit to an exact beat in a soundtrack. It's brilliant. And then on top of that is I've got a 3-minute video, but the music I've got that I like is only 2 minutes. So I just go into the AI tool, stretch the music, and it re-edits the music to the right length. So it's an incredible tool. But it's the tool that they edit movies in. It is a good tool.
Oh yeah,
and I was happy with the fact that it cost £300 because it was a one-off, just very, very good. So that's what I had to say. But I sort of say I've only been doing videos for that long. I've had a graphics background as well, so getting hold and understanding Photoshop and all the rest of it, it's just another piece of software. You just have to learn what the tools do. And I only use a fraction. But the fraction I use does what I want it to do.
Exactly. We learn what we want to get out of it. I know I've been working in Photoshop since before it was Photoshop. It was called Digital Darkroom, and I downloaded it on CompuServe in '88, I think it was, in 1988, and or 87. And then it was the Knoll brothers who created Digital Darkroom, sold it to Adobe, and it became Photoshop. And yeah, and back
I'm now
then,
using Photomator though, Pixelmator Pro, which is now owned by Apple. That's a fantastic tool.
Yes, yes, it's a strong competitor, obviously, to that. Yes, very good. Well, let's see. I'm gonna show one more of your videos right now here, if you don't mind. Let me figure out which one I've got ready to go here, and it'll take me just a moment or two to get ready. If anybody has any questions for Mark, please put them in the chat here, and so that we can, we can that. And also, I'm going to keep going here for probably another 20 or 30 minutes, and then we're going to open it up to anybody that wants to join the show. You're more than welcome to jump in here and join in the conversation with Mark and myself here. So here is another. Are you familiar with this one, sir?
I am. This is a beautiful little village.
Only
about 5 or 6 miles away from 10 miles away from the last video.
Okay. Let me get my.
And I have to apologize to everybody. I've only just noticed that I wasn't looking in the back office at the comments. So thank you for the comments that have come up.
Yeah. Hold on here. I got to get to the window here. This is Mark II. Yes. Okay. And here we go. I'm going to leave the sound up a little bit to begin with. It's so beautiful, and it fits the video perfectly. It doesn't have to be rapid, heart-pounding audio,
Nope. And somebody asked if my dad flies the drone as well. Not a chance.
I'm leaving also your YouTube channel link up. I please encourage everyone to go subscribe to Qwackers here, and you'll get notified immediately when he posts some of these masterpieces.
Just to the left of the image is the post office, but it's got a cafe in it as well. Wonderful for breakfast. We often, because we often go to the peaks, we often end up in there for breakfast. I think you can see me right in the middle of the picture in the red jacket.
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
I often try to make sure I'm not in the video.
Yeah. I usually get myself landing. That's when I'm in the video.
Thank you, Audrey.
That's my wife.
I know.
Yes.
Somebody asked me how come I'm doing Bob's show. And I said, so I'm on the good list, so he's nice to me at Christmas.
That's one of the best jobs in the world, being Santa Claus.
You have to be the
Doesn't
best
matter
Santa
where
I've
you
ever
go.
seen. The best
Doesn't
Santa I've
matter
ever
where you
seen.
go. Everybody loves you. You know, that's beautiful.
You know, someone said to me, "Why didn't you just fly the church?" And the thing I find is a lot of people just do churches, and
Yes,
a church. When we've got some beautiful churches in England, as you're probably aware,
sure,
but
of course.
if you do too many, they're all the same. So I like to try and, if I can, to put them in
Oh, but you
context.
got this
Although,
whole community.
yeah,
This community. It was such a difference there. You know, I mean, just
can restore your bathroom.
Done with that one. And,
so I will occasionally do a church. I did a very small church the weekend, and they're going to use it in an area called Church Near You. So that's made them happy, and it's only the church, and I do that sometimes, but I do like to put them into context,
yes,
because it is part of the whole.
right. It's a segment of the entire community there, but I mean that how would maybe 400 or 500 people, 300 people living in that community?
Something like that.
Yeah. My great grandfather was born in Ragathon, outside of Dublin, and it's about 700 people. You know, I was amazed when I got to go there, and I actually got to spend a night in a pub there, in a little room above the pub. You know, me and Audrey stayed there, and but 700 people and 8 pubs. It didn't seem unusual, you know.
There's where I grew up is a main road. It's called King Street, and apparently this whole street was a mile long, and there were 50 pubs.
50.
Yeah. So it used to be that people's front room became a pub, and it catered for the pottery industry. My great grandfather was a fireman in a bottle oven, and if you find one of my videos with bottle ovens, you'll see bottle ovens. And part of his pay was 8 pints of beer a day while working, just to keep him hydrated. Just to keep them hydrated, because these guys were in these ovens, and the job was to feed them with coal. It was a seriously hard job.
Oh yeah.
And I've got a video where I've captured 25 of the remaining 47 bottle ovens.
Wow.
So yeah, they're pretty special in Stoke-on-Trent, the bottle oven.
Oh my goodness. So, yeah, how life has changed. You know, I mean, if an employer was supplying their employees with alcohol, I don't know that would go over well in most industries here.
And Stoke-on-Trent was blanketed in smoke and smog. So one of my videos, I filmed in the fog, and I actually captioned it, "This is how it was." It was the industry here was part of the reason that the UK had a Clean Air Act, because it was that bad. Because it was all these coal, hundreds and hundreds of coal-fired bottle ovens, and everybody's house was coal-fired, so the heating was coal. So it was just a total smog.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So I want to say hello to some of our friends who are in the chat there. I see Bill Thomas is there. Hi, Bill. Audrey, of course, my wife, is there. Ron Johnson, RJ Ariels, Drone On. He thought that the Peak District was the first national park in the UK. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. And yes. So I thank you all for participating, and anybody else wants to jump in here. Typically because we are on in the early, afternoon in the Pacific time zone, and 3 p.m. on the Eastern time zone in the United States. So we typically get more people watching this after we're over than are watching it while we are alive here. But it's still, we still enjoy quite a few people enjoying our show here. So, what drone are you flying, and what's your favorites, and what are you looking to move into?
So when the wife's listening, I'm flying a Mini 4 Pro and a Neo. When she's not listening, I also have an Air 3 and a Navata 2.
Okay. Just those other things just happen to show up, honey. I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand.
But each one's got its own job. I did the Flint Castle the other day, and there were people in the castle, and the Avata's too heavy to fly when there's people around in the UK because it's over 250 grams. So the Neo came out, and it did a stunning job. I cannot fault the job that the Neo did because it's 135 grams. I haven't got to worry about it. It can go wherever I want it to go, and it did a fantastic job.
Yes.
The downside is it doesn't record in D-Log M, which I do normally, so it's not as clean to grade afterwards.
Right. Yes.
But it's brilliant.
For what it is, it's amazing. I truly agree with you.
Yeah, I stick the goggles on. No way.
Yeah. Yeah, I just started. I'm going to bring up a quick little video here. I think I have here. Yes, I'm going to bring up this video here. Okay. Let me come back over here. Sorry, I'm maneuvering on the fly here, so my attention span is a bit mishmash here, but I forgot to for the first time, and of course, again, let me make a disclaimer before I show this video. I usually don't participate online in Old Fart Group in any political statements. And the only reason I'm showing this particular video is because this is the first time that I've been able to fly over people in a crowded situation 100% legally, and it was with a Neo, and I had to attach the module, the remote ID module, and I also had to attach a small strobe light on top of the module. So I fulfilled all of the requirements, and I had to have a visual observer. So I'll show you just briefly. I don't want to dwell on the subject matter, but I'll show you just briefly the image that I was able to get with the Neo. Yeah, I think you'll. I was impressed.
Well, you're just loading that. Thanks, Draymond. Glad you like my jumper. And drone on. Yes, I was using goggles.
Yes. Did you get which goggles?
The ones that came with the Avata.
Okay. The N3 or the goggles 3. Yes. Yes. I have the cheaper versions now. I'm the N3 goggles that are here in the United States, they're $229. So I don't know, similar there, right?
I guess so. I just know that it was cheap to buy the Neo because I've got half the kit already.
Yes. So not only was this over people, but this was also on Las Vegas Boulevard, which is a zero grid location. So let me just kind of zoom up to a couple spots here where you can actually see this, flying over. I mean, and the quality of this video is superb. As you can see, there's a long string of police cars there. Yeah. So I am legally doing this here, with this many people and that many police officers in such a public location here. So it truly was
fly over crowds, even with anything. So we can go over sparse people, but we can't go over crowds.
Yes.
In the UK.
Yeah. I mean, I was just, shocked that we were able to do this,
People
here,
do,
kind of thing.
And it's such a capable little thing.
Yes.
Everybody said, "Why did you buy one?" I said, "Because it was cheap." And you never know. I did a rehearsal of a beauty pageant, and I could fly that indoors. And I hadn't got to worry about hitting the girls with it because it's just so light and it just bounced off them, and they loved it.
Oh yeah,
it's just so flexible.
Yes,
just such a flexible tool.
Yes, I did make an error in that flight. I used my phone as the controller.
Never. I've only done that once, and I flew up and it went over a tree and then decided to lose connection.
Yes. And I lost connection.
I couldn't get connection back, and it landed in the tree, and it took 2 hours to get it back with long poles, step ladders. I'd never fly it with the phone again. I generally, even though I've got the controller that came with it, I generally use the controller from my Mini 4 because it's got a screen on it. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, the RC2 is that's the ideal controller, and probably my next purchase, or in fact, if anybody has an RC2 that they might be sitting around they don't want to use, please contact me. Okay, I would really love to get a hold of one very soon. Good. So let me show one more of your videos. Like I said, I've really been like such a fan of watching what you create. And when I saw the name of this one, it attracted me, and I was, I was to the point that we have to see the trolls. All right. So now you know.
Jackie absolutely loves this video. But just while you're loading that up, I've got a corner eye on Drone Show Live, and literally they're just showing one of my videos.
Oh, good. You're being broadcast widespread today. My friends in America don't know. If you do know, we are on at the same time as Drone Show Live in the UK, and Spain, kind of thing, back and forth. But we I think we do very well sharing the time slot with each other here. So hold on here. Let me get this queued here.
Hi, Jackie. I've just seen you just popped up.
Jackie's typing. Yes. All right. The Kingdom of the Trolls. I was so enamored by the title that but the video itself is remarkable, and I'm going to share this with everybody for its entirety. Here we go.
Release harmful fumes, unlike
there's some noise in the front
with
here.
harsh chemicals. That's why mold remover gel is safe to use throughout your home.
Deep in the misty heart of the valley, where the river carved an ancient path through the mossy rocks and shadows linger long past dusk, the trolls make their home. Their kind has dwelt there for centuries, hidden from the prying eyes of men, their presence marked only by the occasional broken tree or peculiar arrangement of boulders. The trolls are builders and keepers of secrets, crafting hidden bridges and labyrinthine caves within the valley's cliff. Their work is unseen yet enduring, as sturdy and timeless as the valley itself. They live simply, feasting on roots and wild herbs, occasionally venturing into the deeper forests for game. The reclusive, they are not without wisdom or kindness. Travellers lost in the valley sometimes wake to find themselves sheltered in warm caves, their wounds tended with trollish herbs. Yet those who plunder or destroy the valley are not so lucky. The trolls defend their home with the strength of stone and the cunning of the earth. The valley remains a place of mystery, a sanctuary where time seems to stand still, and as long as the trolls watch over it, its magic will endure.
I thought it was a good idea not to talk over that one.
I loved it. I mean, I would have subtitled it, a study of shadows. It's so mystery.
So that one, again, about 8 miles away from Hartington, the village.
Yes.
And I'd been out, and not to do the Hartington video, but I'd been out and I was driving home and just got to the dip in the road, and I thought, wow, that looks fantastic. So The crazy thing about that video is if you watch it in 4K, it actually looks like it was CGI.
Yes.
And it wasn't.
No. No.
And the voiceover is me.
Is that from the Mavic 3 or the
Air 3.
Mini? Huh?
Air 3. The Air 3. Or
beautiful.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think now whether it might have been the Mini 4.
Yes.
But yeah, it's but it was just one of those chance encounters. I've driven past it many, many times before and many times since. Never seen that in that location.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the right time, the right conditions. It was beautiful. I want to introduce my wife.
Hi, Audrey.
I don't look
but
very
like I've said to you, sorry.
But I'm that video was stunning.
Thank you.
And England, I've studied English history, and English history has the most interesting and storied history. That kind of mysticism that you created and the way you narrated it was absolutely fabulous.
Yes. Oh, real good. Jackie says, so I should ask you more about Weatherspoons.
Oh, just a nice place for breakfast. Nice place for breakfast. We met up with Jackie just before Christmas. Was it after Christmas? I can't remember now. But she was over in England, and we were going to go out for a day's flying. The weather was atrocious. We just spent all morning in Weatherspoons, which is a pub chain in the UK. But we just had breakfast. Just had breakfast and nattered.
Well, sometimes that's as valuable as going out flying. That's it. I agree. It's beautiful. Yeah,
and it was lovely to meet Jackie because we see her on the shows and we know she's a bubbly, bouncy person, and then we meet her and find out she is crazy. Yeah. I hope you're listening, Jackie.
She is. She just said to say hi, Audrey.
Yeah, and now I look forward to meeting you, Jackie.
Yes. So,
like I said, I tried to make a film and I tried to storyboard it together. So there was lots of just mist, but it was storyboarded together into something that was a package.
Yeah,
and that's what I tried to do that with most of my videos. Try to work out how to get from the start to the end.
Yes.
I'm a photographer as well, and I like to tell stories just like you do.
Yeah.
But your narration, your voice is so perfect. You should really do a lot more of that. I think somebody else made a comment about that too. So,
to be fair, I modified my voice for that video.
Not much. Just a little lower.
Slowed it down and lowered it. And so,
with the ambiance of the mysticism that you were showing.
And,
I mean, I don't think anywhere else has as much of that as you do in England. So
one more here. This is the one that we started the show with. But and that I just showed you a minor slice of that before I really introduced Mark here to our old part audience here. But this has to be. Is there any story to tell, Mark, about this?
That's even closer to Hartington.
Okay,
it literally is 3 miles away. And it's just a small little place that's at the end of a dead end. The road is a dead end to get there. I've visited it twice now. One of them is Chase. I can't remember which version it is, but it's one of my Chasing Autumn videos. And I had great fun on that one, apart from losing complete contact with the Avata and flying blind back because I just lost signal through the goggles. And I'm going back through trees and things and thinking, I'm going to crash. But I didn't.
A couple of weeks ago, I did crash.
Yeah, she had her first crash here. So here we go.
I've been searching in the dark, trusting every clue but the truth has not been told. There's every corner of these woods and town. I can't see the dark. Where are you? Sometimes light is breaking through, but my blinded eyes can't reveal it. I can't trust it being real, so I keep on wondering until I feel
Beautiful though.
Oh, yeah.
That angle.
that you're mine. Where are you? Who's talking about?
Beautiful. I love those ducks. Mark, how long have you been doing video like those?
2 years.
2 years?
Less than 2 years.
Less than 2. You're amazing because I missed part of the dialogue there, but
Yeah.
I mean you're just amazing, and how wonderful to spend time like that with your dad. That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Cherish every minute, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again,
Yeah.
with Dad, I know that, you know, I've lost mine many, many years ago. And, you know, and there's so much time that I wish I could say, hey, Dad, let's talk, you know. And,
Yeah.
well,
my dad's been my best friend throughout my life.
How great.
You know, and I was born to my mum and dad when they were both very young, and they're still happily married, and it's wonderful.
Oh, that's
I'm really
wonderful
happy.
to hear.
But
That's
that last video, the Chasing Autumn version, the top down on the Chasing Autumn version is beautiful because it's got so many colors in it.
Oh, well, that's fine.
So there's another version, and I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head.
Hold on, I'll find it.
While he's looking for it, May always makes me think about my dad. It was his birthday, and his birthday was the 14th, which is right around Mother's Day.
Yeah.
That did not sit well with my mother, let me tell you.
Let's see. I'm on your channel right now in the.
What's it called, Mark?
It'll be called Chasing Autumn Part 1, 2, or 3, I did 3 videos around that time. I'm just trying to find it now.
I'm looking for it myself here. Painting fire.
There we go. I found it.
Oh, he found it.
Okay.
Why don't you play it?
Can
Yeah,
you bring it?
I'm just going to send you the link.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can through Messenger or through the chat or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Come on.
It won't play as smooth here as the past videos because I've downloaded all the videos that you've seen.
Part 3 there.
Part 2.
There we go. I've sent you the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did an email?
The autumn version.
Email, you sent me the link?
Messenger.
Messenger. Okay.
Well, he can pull it up, Mark, because he found it. Is it part 1, part 2, or part 3?
I don't see part 3.
In orange.
It's part 1. Part 1.
Okay.
Part 1?
Play part 1.
Okay. Here we go.
So it's the same place, different time of year.
Okay. Hang on. Let me get back to here and back to here and share screen. This is a Chrome tab. Got it. And here we go.
This is the bit that I couldn't see as I was flying back down.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. See why that would be making me nervous. This is in Nevada?
Yeah. 2. It was 2.
Nevada 2, yeah. See, I mean, so many people are flying it so fast that, you know, I mean, it's not a beautiful cinematography drone.
This is the Air 3 now, but yeah, you don't have to fly in Nevada. I use it for what it can do, not because you can fly it nuts.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
I wish I could.
There's the top down. Yeah.
I've just seen Jackie's put a note about unsubscribing if I get rid of my ducks.
It is, Chris says in the chat, everybody please subscribe. These are, you know, just some of the.
You give it a lucky.
And that's the Avada.
Yeah.
And you've added the water sound.
Did the sound of the water come from the Avada, or did you add it?
No, no. So that's soundscaped afterwards.
Oh, just,
That bit's with the Pocket 3.
huh?
Cracking up over these jokes.
I love that where you end with the ducks all the time. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, good, good, good. Well, Mark, is there anything you'd like to add here? We're about at the end of our time here. We we usually go for about an hour and maybe a little bit more. I don't know if anybody wanted to ask any questions or jump in there. I love those ducks too. He never cuts them. I'm I'm unsubscribing, Bad Jackie.
Yeah, she threatened me a long time ago if I ever got rid of the duck, she was unsubscribing and unfriending me.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking this time to enjoy this hour with us, and I hope we can boost up your subscription numbers here, and I just enjoy your videos, and I have to say I enjoy quite a few of the people in the UK's videos so much, and it's so good to experience something different than home here. In fact, speaking of home, maybe I should just for a moment do this before we go, if you don't mind.
You said you've got a video. You said you've got a video to show.
Yeah, I want to show you a. We've got another video we could show here. That's Tom. So that's Tom Dowlings. That's a video, a shot of his there. Wait, let me hang on. I'm looking for mine here.
We just spent the weekend in Sedona going to a wedding for
I explained to him what Sedona was.
So it's some of the most beautiful country and mystique. There's a spirituality to Sedona that's undeniable, and it's really lovely.
Okay, here let me show this real quickly here. I was good. This one here, yeah, okay. So I'm going to blow this up, and this is Sedona, Arizona. And this is a 360 pano. So I can show you a 360-degree image of where we stood. And this is like central Arizona.
Wow, it's just so vast.
It is.
It is, and it's just amazing.
You can't just run the panel. You have to do it like that.
Oh, I can, I can steer it around. I can come down. We're standing right here. Is where I'm standing, right down here. If you can see, these are the cars we drove up there. Not this one, but these other 4 cars here. I think it was, but we drove 3 cars.
Is that 360 fastened to your drone then?
Yes, this is from the Mini 3 Pro.
Okay, that's cool.
This is one of the shots that you can take in panorama, and this is system. That's the name at the top of the screen there, Kula, Kuula. It's a free account that you can then take the panoramic 360 panoramic image and then upload that to this service, and then you can share it, and it shares it in a browser that you can do this with, where you can completely get a panoramic all as if the drone really wasn't even there, kind of thing. But truly, this is just a breathtaking spot on the face of the earth. It is. This is called the chicken coop.
I'm not sure if that was the chicken coop or Broken Arrow. I think those are the two places.
Yeah, no, I think this was the chicken coop. This is
okay.
yeah. So anywho, beautiful spot there.
Yeah, go around just a little bit more.
I already canceled it.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Okay, because there was a rock there that everybody stood on.
Yeah.
To take pictures, except us.
Yes.
And
all good.
Yeah, it was.
So thank you, Mark. I'm getting ready to sign off here today. Anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Thank you for having me, Bob. I hope I'm on the Christmas list, and I hope everybody's enjoyed my chatter and the videos that Bob's kind of shared.
Mark, I would definitely say you're on the good list.
You're on the good list. Yes, yes, sir.
So,
and
you wouldn't. This is a complete aside. You wouldn't believe how many people that are not in the drone community I've said, I know this wonderful guy who is the best Santa I've ever seen, and pull photographs up and videos of you because you are Santa. I now believe again. I now believe again.
Believe again. Yes, you have to believe. I tell everyone it was my karma to be born looking like this. I had no choice.
Yeah.
This is this is who I am. So yes, again,
one of these years we should go and do Santa and Mrs. Claus in England,
in the UK.
Yeah.
And I also have a great idea that I've been working on called Old Fart Drone Tours. And I believe that a tour with Qwackers would be top of my list. I mean, I think we could sell a lot of tours. Okay, so let's we'll keep that conversation going. That would be great. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone. We're gonna be back next week, and hopefully we'll have another one of our members of the Old Farts with Drones that would like to share their work with us. We will see you soon. Thank you all for all the support. I appreciate it. And thank you again. All right.